And hello, everybody, and welcome to Kecoughtan High School, where the Warriors of Kecoughtan will be playing host to the Bruins of Bethel. We'll take time out here and listen to Christine Gilkey as she is singing our national anthem.
Stripes and the bright stars through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets from glare, the bombs
Mike Hauser here, along with Ross Carney. Welcome to the crew tonight, as Paul couldn't be with us this evening as he is attending a family function. Glad to have you here as helping us here at Kecoughtan High School, where the Warriors, with a 4-11 record, come in today, play the Bethel Bruins with an unusual 10-4-1 record. Go ahead and tell us about that 10-4-1 record.
Well, it looks like the Bruins of Bethel went a couple days ago against Woodside, and they were the home team, and they scored the tying run before the downpour came, and the official ruling was that it had to be sent up to the VHSL to find out actually what the outcome would be, because when the game was called, the game was tied, and with the home team scoring the last run, and that run being the run that tied the actual game, the VHSL has decided and ruled that that game was a tie.
Yeah, originally the game reverted back to the previous inning, the score at the end of the previous inning, which was the fifth inning, which made it a legal game at that point.
Correct.
Woodside had a 5-4 lead, and the Bruins came in to tie it during the bottom of the fifth inning, which I guess the VHS rules say, or made the statement that once they called the game and they came in and tied it, they were going to leave it at that. So at least the Bruins don't get stuck basically with a loss on it. And
that's exactly right.
10-4-1 right now. Currently, the Bruins are in third place in the district. They follow Menchville and Denby, and then behind them in the district is Hampton and Warwick, tied for fourth position.
Exactly.
And then here's the umpires for today's game.
And we got behind the plate today Joe Warderton, and on the base pass it will be Steve Reed.
So as we get ready to start the top of the first inning with the Bethel Bruins taking the batter's spot, the first batter is going to be number 1. He is the shortstop, and that is Kazuki Scott. He is a transfer from Hawaii last year, and so this is his second year. Fine young man, a good ball player, very good defensive player too.
He's looks as if Mike this year he's hitting .385 and first team all district at third base.
Well, that was last year.
Last year.
Yes. This year's all district teams have not been chosen yet. As of today, it will be next Wednesday night is officially when the coaches will get together and select the all district teams.
Well, maybe we'll have a repeat performer.
Might. One ball, no strikes is to count. Pitch is a little bit high. That was 2-0. Battery for the Kecoughtan Warriors, Josh Gardner is the pitcher. with Travis Cake, the catcher for the Kecoughtan Warriors. 2-0 is the count. Ooh, that one's in there. Nice pitch.
Well, as Josh this year is 1-7, a sophomore, so looks like Coach Green will have him for the next 2 years.
High and outside. It's 3 pitches that are a little on the high side. Needs to bring them down just a bit. 3-1 is the count. This is the leadoff batter in the game, number 1, Kazuki Scott. He is the Bethel Bruin shortstop today. Scott's going to reach base with a walk, so the Bruins have their first runner on. Next batter is going to be number 2. He is the second baseman, Kyle Mumford.
Number 2, second baseman, Kyle Mumford.
We got Kazuki Scott at shortstop, and right now at the plate we got Kyle Mumford playing second base, Dan Hudgens at left field, Shane Hogard, a designated hitter for today, Travis Franklin is the first baseman, Zach Saunders is the third baseman, Drew Copley center field, Mike Adams is right field, J.J. Jeffries is behind the plate, and pitching for the Bruins today is Pat Ryan.
There goes the runner.
He'll get there safely. Ball was in the dirt, a little low. Good pitch to run on.
Yep. Scott gets the unassisted stolen base. 1 ball, no strikes is the count to the batter, Kyle Mumford. And we're going to have a steal safely. All the way to third base goes Scott.
Scott really got a good jump on that pitch.
That last pitch was called a strike. 1-1 is the count.
The Warriors looking a little shaky here with a runner on third, no outs.
Line drive down the third base line. Base hit for Mumford. He's going to try to leg it out to 2. No, he stops. Smart move, but coming in to score the first run for the Bruins is Scott. So Mumford has a single and an RBI.
Mumford really took that inside pitch and took it down the third base line with a hot shot. As we'll see here on the replay.
Ball went right over Lassiter's glove.
Left fielder really did a good job getting the ball back in and holding that to a single.
This is the Bruins left fielder, Dan Hudgens, batting. First pitch is a strike. There goes Mumford. Pitches over the batter's head. Just slightly late getting to the bag and in safely with the stolen bases, Mumford. So that's going to put runners at second base now. Still nobody out. 1-1 is the count to Hudgens. That one was a bit low.
It is, and Mike, it's looking like Josh is having a little bit of control problems in the first inning. I think once that he settles down, maybe we'll have a...
There's a hot shot down in between the gap, second and third. And in safely is Hudgens at first base, advancing to third is Mumford. So a base hit by Hudgens. That's 2 consecutive base hits for the Bruins after the leadoff walk by Scott. So now they have runners at first and third. Mumford at third, Hudgens at first. That's going to bring up Shane Hoggard. He is the designated hitter, batting for the pitcher, who is Pat Ryan for Bethel.
Shane's hitting 400 for the season.
Ball gets away from Suedo. Coming in to score safely is Mumford.
So the Bruins bring home another run.
We can see a replay of the throw to first base. I'm not sure whether the error goes to the pitcher or the first baseman for dropping it.
Yeah, that was hard to tell there.
Hoggard still standing at the plate waiting for his first pitch. There's the first pitch lofted off to the right side, out of play. 0-1 is the count. Still standing at first base is Dan Hudgens as the Bruins have opened up the game scoring with their first two runners. 2-0 is the score.
Dan looks that after school he'll be attending VCU in the spring and is also a member of the ROTC at Bethel High School. I don't know if that was a planned pitch out or just an outside pitch. But once again, Bethel moves another runner into scoring position.
We're having our fourth batter up there, and we already have 4 stolen bases in the first inning for the Bruins. A lot of running going on in this game early.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that has to do with the control and
fouled straight back to us. 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count.
the control problems that Josh Gardner is having in this first inning. Good pitch there by Josh.
Nice pitch. First out of the inning for the Bruins as Shane Hoggard goes down swinging. That's going to bring up Travis Franklin, the Bruin first baseman.
Batting for Bruins, number 8, first baseman, Travis.
Travis this year is hitting .350 and leads the team with 3 home runs. And doesn't look like he's made up his mind. Will he be going after the school year? But he's narrowed it down to Chowan or Christopher Newport University.
Pitches up and way outside. 1-0 is the count. 1 down here in the top of the first inning. Bruins out in front 2-0 early. Travis Franklin, the batter for the Bruins. Down at second base, Dan Hudgens. There's a nice changeup that is hit into the hole. Coming around to score is Hudgens. The throw's a little bit late, gets by the catcher, and down to second base goes Franklin on the throw. A single and an RBI for Franklin.
We can look at the replay here, and it was a solid hit. Just got by the shortstop.
Next batter for Bruins, number 5, third baseman.
And as you can see, the ball just got by the catcher there for Kecoughtan. But he was running all the way on the sound of that bat.
Zach Sanders is the batter for the Bruins. He is the Bruin third baseman. There's a ball hit to the shortstop. Over to first base on a nice stretch by Suedo to get the out.
Good play.
That goes 6-3 in the book. 2 down now here in the top of the first inning. Advancing over to third is Dan Hudgens.
Fielded clean, good throw. Good scoop by the first baseman.
I'm sorry, that's Franklin over at third base. Hudgens scored. That's going to bring up Drew Copley, the center fielder for the Bruins.
And Copley is a senior, batting .375 this year.
Fouled right here at the plate. 0-1 is the count.
If Josh would be able to bear down and come to the plate with this one and leave a runner on third, Kecoughtan, you could say, would be dodging a bullet here in the first inning, only giving up 3 runs.
Just a little bit high. That'll leave it at 1-1. 2 down here in the top of the first. line
That
shot
was a
down
shot.
the baseline. One ball, two strikes is the count. I'm surprised Coach Wheeler didn't try to catch that ball,
Yeah.
right?
He
He'd have lost an arm if he did. That was a ball that was ripped pretty good down the line.
At least we know his feet work today.
One ball, two strikes to Copley. Nice curveball.
Nice
Got
pitch.
him.
That was a great pitch to end the inning, leaving the runner stranded on third.
So the Bruins go through 7 batters. They score 3 runs.
And we'll see it here. Ninth off speed. Got him way out in front. That was a good rotation of pitches that were used on that last batter.
For the Bruins in the top of the first inning, they scored 3 runs on 3 hits. There was one Kecoughtan error on the play, and they left one at third base. So the Bruins jump out early here in the top of the first inning, 3-0. Replay of some of the plays there, and this is a second out of the inning over to Schwedo as he stretches and get the out. And there's your starting lineup for the Kecoughtan Warriors.
We've got number 9, Robbie Johnson, playing second base. Number 8, Travis Cake catching. Number 6, Ryan Schwedo at first base. Number 2, Josh Garner will be pitching. Number 13, Chase Womble will be out in right field. Number 4, Chase Routon in center field. Number 3, Adam Lilly will be at shortstop. Number 14, Thomas Freeman in left field. And number 18, Devin Lassiter will be at third base.
I tell you what, the weather today is unbelievable. All day long it was nice and sunny and clear, warm out. It's according to the radio on the way over here, it was 88 degrees. It's cooled off a little bit now. So a lot of clouds are rolling in, and if you look over towards the Norfolk area, it looks to me like they're getting nailed over there as far as rain's concerned.
They can keep it so we can finish the game.
Yeah. Last Tuesday night, the Warriors were over at Warwick playing, and we pretty much played that game in the rain throughout.
Leading off for the Warriors.
So,
bottom of the first.
Kecoughtan will come to bat here in the bottom of the first inning. That's going to be Robbie Johnson. He will lead off the Warriors' bottom half of the first inning. Number 9 is also the second baseman.
Robbie's batting .341 for the year.
First pitch is in there for a strike. Pat Ryan is the pitcher for. Watch it. Oh, that one just did miss inside. And I tell you, we have a perfect advantage
Yes, we do.
to seeing everything that happens here at the plate. We are up above the plate and right behind it because we can see it all. It's a great shot here. That looks like a base hit.
That's a base hit.
Good job there by the leadoff batter of the Warriors, Robbie Johnson. He did a good job Tuesday night over at Warwick, too. Had a couple of hits.
Second for the
Robbie's-
Warriors. Catching today, number 8, Travis Cake.
They have to tell me which one it is right now. I only show 2 of them on. Nice shot there by Johnson. That's going to bring up Travis Cake, the catcher. First pitch is in there for a strike.
Travis is batting .375 this year.
Pat Ryan, 3-2 on the year. 6-0 last year as a freshman, which was pretty good. Hard bunt
Lays
back
down
to
the
the
bunt.
pitcher. Pitch is a little high. The out at second base as Johnson is forced on the fielder's choice.
Cake did a very good job getting down the line to stay out of that double play. And we'll see here on the replay.
Warriors.
lays down a nice bunt.
First baseman, Ryan Suedo.
And here's Schwado come up to bat, first baseman number 6 for the Warriors. This young man here has got a lot of pop on the bat. He can put it out of here with one swing. He can cut into this 3-2 lead real fast.
Well, Schwado has a .333 batting average and .667 slugging percentage.
Has 3 home runs on the team, leads the team. As a matter of fact, I believe he's the only one that's had any home runs this year.
Also comes in with 13 RBIs on the season.
Pitch runner for the Warriors, number 1, Justin
There goes
Hayes.
Justin Heafs.
Hayes.
The pinch runner over at first base for Cake. And I think the discussion right now is Brent Wheeler is asking the plate umpire for help, thinking that Robbie Johnson may have slid in a little off the plate, or off the bag at second. And then if that is the case, then legitimately the guy at first base would also be called out too for obstruction. But I don't think he's going to win this one, guys.
No, it looked pretty clean to me.
Let's see if we can. He slides right.
He's
into
right
the plate.
into the bag. That was it.
That was a very clean
Snack
play.
bar is open. Hot dogs, drinks, snacks.
Even though after being thrown out, that was very good base running to stay down on that, and cause a shortstop a little bit of problems trying to turn a double play.
Ladies and gentlemen, again,
Well, Brett Wheeler is right now working the referee, the umpire, and that's as a good coach does that. They start working on the referees early, and believe it or not, they may get a call later. You know, Schwado now batting. This will be the first pitch to him. 1 down. Runner over at first is the pinch runner. Oh, there's a nice curveball by Ryan. Is down foul
ball
down the third base line. Schwado 13 RBIs on the season, leads the team with 3 home runs. That's, pretty good.
Another impressive stat is he only struck out twice this year.
And scored 10 runs on his own too. So.
The right man is at the
that's
plate.
a balk, and he didn't get. He did not get the call. And I'm gonna tell you something right now, folks. That was a balk.
big time ball.
Big time.
Even the other people up here are saying so. He stepped towards the plate and went to first. So the pinch runner. Watch him. Watch his front leg go straight to the plate.
There it goes.
And then he comes across and goes over to first.
That was obvious. Well, it looks like Coach Wheeler's working on the refs really backfired on him for that play.
Pop up down to first baseline. Out of play. Nice chase down there by the Bruins first baseman Travis Franklin. That one hit the truck.
Scotty, okay?
And they're asking if Scotty's okay. I guess he's all right. He's talking to us.
I don't see a white flag.
Is that Susan on top of the truck? Hey, Susan, wave to us.
And she stayed right with the shot, too. So.
0-2 is the count. Throw back to second, back safely.
For the first inning being out in the field, Bethel is really doing a good job of communicating with one another.
Nice play by
Yes, it
Ryan
was.
on the mound right there to get the comebacker and hold that runner at second. 2 outs now for the Warriors. That's going to bring up Josh Gardner. He is the first baseman, number 2. No, he's the pitcher. I'm sorry. Nice play right there. Held the runner on base at second.
That's a fine example right there of a pitcher helping himself out in that inning.
So Gardner is the Warriors pitcher batting now, number 2. 2 down in the bottom of the first. Runner's down at second base. First pitch right down the middle.
Garner's hitting .344 for the season
We're in the bottom of the first inning here.
with 5 RBIs. Maybe he can help his cause here while he's at the plate.
What's the count?
0-2 is the count. Nice waist pitch outside. Almost had him going after it. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
This is a very good opportunity for Garner to help himself out in this bottom of this half inning.
Pitch is high. 2-2 is the count. 2-2-2. Stood there and
Got him
looked at a
right there.
third strike.
That was a good pitch right there. Caught him on the inside corner.
He did. So Kecoughtan strands their leadoff base hit in the inning. No runs, 1 hit. There was 1 error in the inning.
And we'll see this last pitch here that caught Josh Garner off guard.
Pretty pitch.
Right there. Knee level, inside plate.
We're done with 1 inning here at Kecoughtan. Bethel out front early, 3-0. Mike Hauser along with Ross Carney III.
Hey, Lenny. What's up, buddy?
Coming in here and working with me today in the place.
And it's a privilege. It's a privilege and an honor to be
Ladies and gentlemen,
with probably one of the greatest of high school athletics announcers. No, come on.
Yeah, the couple of guys that were here before we came out here did a heck of a job
That's
for 25 years.
And we got one of them right next to us. That's PA announcing.
Bob Henson. And what was the other guy's name?
I remember a sideline reporter, initials AG.
Yeah, Dr. Russo.
Russo's in his
Yes, he
fourth year here in
is.
Hampton.
Has come out here today.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
We're
we
we're
might
in
be in
trouble
trouble.
now.
Oh, my.
He decided to come up here to say hello.
I thought he...
And as long as all he's saying is hello, we're in good shape.
How are you, Mr. Russo?
How are you?
Good to see you again.
For a minute there, I thought he might have been calling the school board meeting.
Uh-oh.
One more shows up, we got beef.
That's it.
You gotta call the press.
That's exactly right.
So we will start the top of the second inning now for the Bruins. Leading off for the Bruins is the right fielder, number 18, Mike
Off
Adams.
the top of the second for the Bruins, number 18, right fielder, Mike Adams. How you doing, man? That was nice of Henry down there.
Look at the wind blowing out there in center
It
field.
is really picking up now. Before the
hope
game started, the flag was not even moving, and now we've got a breeze from right to left.
As long as it blows the clouds away from us
I
instead of
agree.
into us, we're in good shape.
And that's exactly right. We wouldn't want Scotty's equipment here to get wet. Good pitch there. Good pitch by Garner. Breaking ball.
First pitch was in there for a called strike, 0-1.
Man, you play baseball, didn't you?
That one was a little high. Garner really hasn't struggled here in these first 2 innings. Just been a little bit of problem with the accuracy and control.
Pitch is high, 2-1 is the count. That's correct.
2-1. Help me on the scoreboard.
2-1, yep. It almost looks like the wind's starting to even pick up more now.
I have to agree.
Oh, nice pitch.
That was a
Almost
very
had him
good
going
pitch.
after it. Nice job by Adams not to go after that pitch. 3-1 now is the count. You lucked out today. We didn't have the extra mic up here. Otherwise, we'd have had you talking with us.
That's right.
Oh, nice
Oh,
fly
nice
ball to
swing.
center field.
And right to the
play.
center fielder.
Catch by the center fielder, Chase Roughton.
Chase Roughton out in center field as there.
He camped out under that.
He did.
Picked
One
it
down.
up.
Batting for the Bruins, catcher number
J.J.
4.
Jeffries now the
J.J.
catcher.
Jeffries.
Is the batter.
See Chase there sitting, waiting for it. Didn't look like the wind gave him any trouble.
What a job by our cameraman out there, Nathaniel Braxton. Perfect view. One down now here in the top of the second inning.
Good pitch on the outside corner there. Jeffries is a senior captain. Hitting 245 for the year.
Oh, come on.
I didn't think he went.
I would have to agree.
1-1 is the count.
But that's why we're in the booth.
Yeah, they got it 0-2 on the screen. It's actually 1-1. Now it's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. No outs.
None.
No outs. We got to keep you straight too, don't we?
You have to forgive us at home. This is the last televised game of the year. And we're fortunate enough to have
Oh, nice pitch.
great pitch.
Got him swinging on a outside curveball. 2 down now. That's going to bring up the leadoff batter for the Bruins, Kazuki Scott. He walked to lead off the game in the first inning. Look at him
What a
reaching
pitch.
for it.
He was really, really fooled by that. That pitch started out over here by me and ended up by you.
Yeah, it did. Ground ball to the shortstop.
Too hard. Yes.
Look at his foot.
His foot, yep. Look, I can't tell. We'll have to look and see if Scotty can bring up the replay and see if the first baseman's foot really came off the bag there. And here we go. Right on cue. Good job, Scotty. You guys in the booth are great. And here we go. I don't know.
Couldn't tell.
Tell by that angle.
You think his foot was off by about 3 or 4 inches? Yeah.
Okay.
Guess what? He's out.
Doesn't matter what we think. That's here we go.
The ball's
He's
in
got
his
the
glove
ball
and his foot's
and-
on the bag.
Yeah,
He's
his foot stayed
He
on the
drug
base.
it off the bag
Yes,
right
it
at
did.
the last minute. So for the Bruins in the top of the second inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left, and after an inning and a half, the Bruins out front 3-0. Leading off the bottom of the second inning for the Kecoughtan Warriors, right fielder Chase Womble.
Womble.
Chase Womble. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm really glad that Mike, you're sitting next to his father AG instead of me.
Yeah.
Not my mistake.
Following Womble will be Roughton and Lilly for the Warriors.
Chase this year in 76 innings is hitting 219 with a 421 on base percentage.
Leading off, bottom of second, the Warriors. Right fielder number 13, Chase Womble.
First pitch from Ryan. Outside corner for a strike.
Chase is a senior. And we'll have to ask his daddy if this is still correct. The information we had,
Oh, that was a pretty pitch there.
beautiful pitch.
Yeah. He says them 2 calls should have been
Yeah.
reversed. That was a pretty pitch right there. Ground ball to second base. Mumford up with the ball. And over
and
for the
got him.
first out.
AG, is Chase still playing to attend ODU this year? ODU.
Next batter is center fielder Chase Routon.
Now batting for the
And we got
Warriors,
the replay here.
number 4,
Chase hits it over there.
Chase Routon.
Chase hustling down the line, but not hard enough. And we can see in attendance today is the school board chairman, Lenny Routon, and one of the board members, and the vice chairman, Mr. Godfrey. It's great to see that everybody comes out to the
1-1
Hampton
is
City
the count.
Schools
Yep, 1-1 is the
sporting
count.
events.
A little bit high. 2-1.
Pat Ryan just having a few control issues in this inning.
Pops it up back here behind us,
Does.
out of play. 2-2 is the count. Talk a little bit about our crew today. Our people that are standing at the trucks and holding the cameras: Susan Bowers, Nathaniel Braxton, and Gene Wheeler. Gene Wheeler. Of course, you got Andy Foley in there too. We talk about Andy all the time. Don Charaus, our engineer. Mike Lewinsky, he is a slow-mo guy. Oh, looks at a
nice
third
pitch. Strike. Full count. Chase was fooled on that pitch.
2 down now. It's going to bring up Alan Lilly. He is the shortstop.
There it is again.
Number 3,
He was just
Just
He was
froze.
just froze on that one.
Froze.
The camera control today is Sarah Miles, and Renee Camden is also in there as an assistant, and Sarah Myers. And of course the big guy, the director. He's the guy that signs all the checks, you know, that kind of guy. Scotty Bowers. He's the guy we have to listen to on our headsets, folks. So if you just inadvertently hear us start to laugh, you know why, because it's usually coming
That's
from.
exactly right.
There's that was Nathaniel Braxton out there in center field. Nice pitch right down the middle.
I've learned with Scotty, I just call him the old great one.
We could be just sitting here talking about a game and we'd hear something in the background and just start laughing, and I'm sure everybody's wanting to know what was so funny.
Well, now they know.
Yeah. 2-2 is the count. We have 2 down. Bottom of the second inning. Bethel Bruins out in front 3-0. 2-2 is the count.
That was off-speed pitch, high.
Full count now, 3-2, 2 down. Payoff pitch here to the shortstop, Adam Lilly. Swung at ball 4, too.
He's a little behind Adam. And the payoff pitch.
Outside. So Lilly works
Reaches
the count full and gets the base on balls. That's Kecoughtan's second base runner.
now batting for the Warriors.
Thomas Freeman now the batter. He is the
Fielder, number 14.
left fielder, number 14 for
Thomas
the
Freeman.
Warriors.
And Thomas is batting .235 this year with a on-base percentage of .278. 3 RBIs.
Ryan's having a bit of a problem now getting the ball down. His pitchers seem to be doing the same thing that Garner's was in the first inning.
I agree.
Kind of getting up in the zone.
Reverse fortune here.
That was good. 1-1 now's the count. This young man was 6-0 last year as a freshman pitching. 3-2 on the year so far this year. There's a fly ball down the right
And from what his coaches say, he
Out
is
of
a
play.
very good student.
Very good student. What coaches say on his little outline there is he is an outstanding student. Pitches inside, ball. 2-2 is the count. 2 down here in the bottom of the bottom of the second inning. Warriors trying to get something going here with 2 down. Little change up, ground ball, nice hop to the shortstop. That was Scott over there to Mumford for the 3rd out.
I think we'll be able to see on the replay that the infield gave the shortstop a gift with a nice little bounce, eye level.
Into 2, Bethel 3, Kecoughtan
For
0.
Kecoughtan in the bottom of the second inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, and there was 1 left on base. After 2 complete, Bethel is out in front by a score of 3-0. Top of the 3rd inning for the Bethel Bruins. We'll bring up their number 2 hitter in the lineup, Kyle Mumford. Mumford had a base hit down the 3rd baseline in the 1st inning, scoring Scott from 3rd after Scott had stole 2nd and 3rd base consecutively to get the RBI chance for Mumford. And Kyle came through with a nice line drive over the 3rd baseman's head.
Kyle's hitting .325 for the year. Looks like he's planning on attending the apprentice school once this year is over. He's been playing second and short ever since he was a sophomore for the Bruins.
Kyle Mumford and my son and Ryan Suedo here on Kecoughtan and a few other players of note were all played together in 13, 14, and 15-year-old AAU team in Newport News, so we're all pretty familiar with these young men. Kyle's an outstanding glove and hits the ball quite well. Struggled a little bit at the beginning of the season, but Brett Wheeler says he's really caught fire here in the last 3 or 4 games. Gets that average up above 330. Right. There's another shot down the 3rd baseline.
Nice play by the 3rd baseman.
Unfortunately, it was a bad throw. So Mumford's going to reach by error.
Next batter for the Bruins, number 3, left fielder Dan.
Number 3, the left fielder Dan Hudges is now the batter for the Bruins with Mumford down at 3rd base. And be prepared, folks, because Mumford steals. He will be going, believe me. If it's not the first pitch, I'll bet you he goes on the second one.
I think I'll have to take that bet. Second pitch. Big lead over there first for Mumford. And Josh recognized that and easily threw over there to keep him honest. Good pitch there.
Squares around the bunt and pulls it back, takes a strike. I believe this was the pitch, folks.
Yeah.
He's got a good lead. He did go. Pitch was high. 1-1 is the count, so we were both wrong.
Yeah.
First or second pitch. Looking down at Coach Wheeler, and I'll guarantee you he was wanting him to go on that last pitch just by looking at him.
It appears only when we got runners on base that Josh seems
faked it
to struggle. But in this inning here, Josh has really bared down and is coming hard to home with a lot of off-speed pitches.
1 ball, 2 strikes is the count.
I've been watching Mumford, and it seems like he's staying right in the same place when his leadoff. And
there he goes, and on a good pitch, too, in the dirt. Slides in safely. So Mumford picks up his 2nd stolen base of the game.
We knew it was going, just didn't know when the The ticket was
Well,
punched.
he chose the right pitch to go in.
And there it is on replay. See, Mumford gets down. It was there.
2-2
in
is the
time.
count. Nobody out here in the top of the third. Slow curveball high. That'll make the count full. As the wind has swung around and blowing straight in from center field now, as evident by the flagpole down at
Out in center field.
the 3:30 mark in center field. 3-2 is the count. Ground ball to the shortstop. Throw over to Suedo for the
Nice
out.
play.
First out of the inning.
Your routine 6-3.
Brings up Shane Huggard, the designated hitter. He is batting for the pitcher, Pat Ryan.
We'll see on the replay here that the shot to the shortstop and looks back, Mumford. And goes to first and gets a sure out. So that gives us 1 out with the runner still in second.
Huggard struck out back in the first inning on a strike 3 swing.
Now he does hit with power, so Josh is going to have to be really careful with this.
Batting 400 on the year.
Yes, sir.
Just a little bit outside, not by much though.
Shane is primarily a DH. Coach Wheeler was telling us earlier.
Young sophomore here at the plate. A ground ball to the
And it gets by the shortstop.
It bobbled out in left field and was on his way home to score safely is Kyle Mumford. Base hit by Hoggard on a hard hit ball.
Hoggard with power was able to get it under the shortstop's glove and pick up an RBI.
That's going to bring up Travis Franklin, who singled in the first inning, had an RBI.
And Josh is going to have to be careful here because Hoggard does, Franklin does also lead the team with 3 home runs.
Ground ball over there too. Nice play by Suedo at first to get the out. Advancing to second on the play though is Hoggard.
Nice play by the first baseman, Ryan Suedo.
And we'll take another look at this.
Batting, third baseman, number 5.
He goes for the sure out,
Sanders.
and throw was just a little off. But they did pick up the out there on that.
2 down
Two
now here.
outs.
Uh-oh. Was that thunder and lightning over there I saw?
I didn't want to say it because, usually when you say it, it happens.
What's he doing? Oh, he's giving the batter a batter's box since there's not one there anymore. He is definitely up in the front of the batter's box. Zach Sanders, by the way, folks, is the batter. Grounded out to the shortstop in the first inning.
Zach is a junior, is hitting 300 for the season.
Outside corner, called strike.
I'm sure Coach Wheeler will be happy to have him back next season.
Pop up over here on the left side of the infield and out of play. 0-2 is the count.
I'm really impressed with Josh's fortitude and strength in these with the last 3 batters that we've had here. He's really come hard at them and seems to have slowed down the Bruins' momentum.
He settled down a little bit out there on the mound.
Yes.
Just outside.
For a sophomore, he really does show a lot of poise.
Now that was an excellent 0-2 pitch right there. We are in the top of the third inning. It says, the scoreboard says the fourth, but it's actually the third. We'll get him to change it. Oh, he looks at
What a
a
nice
strike.
pitch by
What a
Josh
great
Garner.
curveball. So for the Bruins, they scored a run on one hit. There was one error by the Warriors.
As we see Josh Garner throwing the off speed and just totally fooled him.
So after 2.5 innings of play, the Bethel Bruins are out in front, 4-0. One run on one hit, one error, one left on, by the way.
Today's game is being televised.
I don't know about you, Mike, but I think the worst thing as a batter that could happen to you is to really be fooled and just caught off guard by an off-speed pitch.
Yep.
Saturday, May 12th, 7:30 p.m. Tuesday, May 15th, 7:30 p.m. And Friday, May 18th, 7:30 p.m. Again, today's game.
Once again, we have.
What a great day. I mean, the sun looks like it's even starting to come out now.
It's trying to.
It's really warmed up out here. It cooled off a little bit when the clouds came in, but it seems to have warmed up a bit now. Now the wind, if you look at the flag, it started up again and it's heading straight for us. It's one of those kind of days where it looks like the clouds are kind of just rolling right around us, like you have a dome over the stadium, you know what I mean?
That's exactly right.
It never rains on Kecoughtan's baseball
Never.
field. I remember hearing that back when Buddy Denton was here. It never rains at the Kecoughtan Warriors ball field. There's a dome over top of us. Bottom of the third inning now, leadoff batter for the Kecoughtan Warriors, their number 9 hitter.
Number 18, Devin
Number
Lassiter.
18 is the third baseman, Devin Lassiter. Ryan's first pitch, right down the middle of the plate for a call strike.
Devin's only appeared in 29 innings this season and is batting 182, but does have an on-base percentage of .462.
Sounds like he does a lot of walking now. He did pretty good against the Warwick Raiders the other night. I remember seeing him bat a few times.
He's only had 11 plate appearances.
Has a lot of pop with the bat when he gets a hold of it.
Has a good stance, good form.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Just missed on that outside corner pitch.
Ooh, it reaches out
Not
there and
there.
pops the ball up to the second baseman, Mumford, for the first out.
He got out a little hit on that one.
That's going to bring up their leadoff batter, Robbie Johnson.
Batting for the
We'll
Warriors.
see here on the replay that he just stretched out for that and was able to get up under the ball, which was an easy fly ball to the second baseman.
Johnson led off the bottom of the first inning for the Warriors with a base hit and was stranded at the bag. Whoa. That one actually went over his head. All right, thanks. That'll weight it down.
That'll weight it down. Besides our weight.
That one also was a little high. Two and O's to count.
Pat seems to be having a little bit of control issues here and with this batter. That
Not on
pitch,
that
though,
pitch.
was not a problem.
Ground ball to Mumford over there at second. Scoops up and throws for the out. Out number 2. Travis Cake now the catcher is the batter.
We'll see here on the replay that was really a
Now batting for the Warriors.
waist-high fastball.
Travis
Got him to
Cake.
ground out for the
Cake.
second out this inning.
Cake reached first in the first inning by a fielder's choice and then advanced to second base on an error by the pitcher. Oh, nice slow curveball.
Fooled him a little bit on that one.
Had him way out. on
Way
that
out.
one. 0-1 to count. 2 down here in the bottom of the third.
Cake's on base percentage is .542 for the season with an average of .375. Has 5 RBIs. He's only struck out 6 times throughout the whole season. Cake has had the most inning appearances with 93 for the Warriors.
Ground ball to shortstop Scott. And the first for the third out. So for the Warriors in the bottom of the third inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. We're done with 3 here at Kecoughtan. The Bruins out in front of the Warriors by a score of 4-0.
We'll see here on the replay. Pat Ryan is really bared down after that first batter. Nice grounder to the shortstop and over to the first baseman by a good 3 or 4 steps.
So as we get set to start the top of the 4th inning here for the Bethel Bruins, their leadoff batter here in the top of the 4th is going to be their center fielder, number 13, Drew Copley, who was a strikeout victim back in the first inning.
Before this game, Drew is batting .375. He's a second-year starter. Hit .386 last year. Played football for the Bruins, and it has solid defensive skills, according to Coach Wheeler.
First 3 batters here in the 4th inning for the Bethel Bruins is going to be Copley, Adams, and Jeffries. And believe it or not, well, there's our truck. Believe it or not, those cars that you just saw are definitely within striking distance of foul balls from this field. That's why when I park here, I park at the other end.
And I'm with you, Mike.
I've seen a lot of cracked windshields from here. So Copley will start off the top of the 4th inning for the Bruins. Bruins out in front 4-0. 3 runs in the first inning, 1 run back in the third for their runs. Coach Wheeler out there trying to get this team started up and get them cranked up and going here. First pitch is fouled back to right behind the catcher.
Well, Josh Garner, the pitcher for Kecoughtan this year, has pitched a little over 31 innings, including this game. Only has given up 45 hits and 39 runs.
And he's got a pretty good size ERA, 6.68 or 7.68.
But as Coach Green was telling me before the game,
right through the wicket.
That's a CNI single right there.
Good boy. And that ball did not come up at all. It stayed down. I thought he was actually down good enough for that one, but he comes up and he's looking out in left field where the ball happens to have gone.
We'll see here on the replay that it just squeaked by. That's one of those where you get up and you check the glove because there's got to be a hole in it, because how did it get by?
Yeah. Mike Adams, the batter, right fielder. He flew out to center field back in the second inning. So Copley reaches with an error. Pitch is low in the dirt, 1-0.
But to get back to Garner, Coach Green was saying before the game that despite the 1-7 record, he has really shown up and given 120% as a pitcher. And the great thing about it is he'll be around for the next 2 years. Nice off-speed pitch.
Timeout being called by Schwado. Goes out there and says, all right, Josh, let's get this guy out over here. He's got a big lead. Either that or he's asking him where he wants to go to dinner after the game.
Yeah, I think that could be the case.
Mike Adams, the batter, he another one of those members of the Hampton Roads Hurricane team that my son and a couple of other kids here at Bethel played on. Nice young man.
He's a 3-year varsity starter.
Throw back to the pitcher, to second for the out.
And the pitcher's best friend right there, double play.
That goes 3, 4, I'm sorry, it goes 1, 4-3 for the double play.
Nice double play by the Warriors. Josh Garner.
We'll see here on the replay. Josh was able to get that, fielding his position. Gets it over to the second baseman, who in return gets it over to first.
J.J. Jeffries now with 2 down after a nice play by the Warrior pitcher. Jeffries struck out back in the second inning for the second out. Tries to get on with a bunt, and it fouls back here behind the catcher. 0-1. Squares around again and went for it on a ball that he would not have been able to hit unless he threw the bat at.
That's exactly right.
0-2 is the count. And that ball was a foot off the baseline on a curve ball to boot. That was one of those plays, I think, if he actually touched the ball with the bat, he would have been standing on the plate.
I think so, too.
Nice waste pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count. 2 down here in top of the 4th inning.
Josh has really bared down in this 4th inning and has helped himself with that double play, but his accuracy and consistency around the plate has really, really helped the Warriors in this inning.
Curve ball.
Ah,
That was one of those CNI shots
That's
in
it.
between the wickets over there. So Jeffries gets on base with a base hit. That's going to bring up Kazuku Scott.
Bruins, Kazuku Scott.
that's
He
one of
walked.
those giving all the praises to someone and all of a sudden gives one of those CNI,
Yep.
like you said, CNI singles between the third baseman and the shortstop.
Scott scored in the 1st inning after walking and stealing 2 bases. Grounded out to the shortstop in the 2nd inning, so he is 0 for 1 officially. There goes the runner down to second base. Ball is just a little bit high.
Wow.
And actually gets through. Pitch was a call strike.
We'll see here on the replay. A little hesitation by the catcher. But that was a good throw,
It
though.
almost looked like Jeffries was looking back to see if it was a hit and run
Exactly.
situation. But when
was
you have a
fooled.
hit and run with 2 outs, you don't be looking back. You're going.
No.
0-1 is the count. Jeffries now down at second base. Pitch is a little bit low and outside. Should even it up at 1 apiece.
1 apiece. Josh, with the runner at second, is doing real well. Doing very well, I should say, here on the mound in this 4th inning. Except for a few miscues.
Ground ball right back to the pitcher. And just wait for the out. Nice inning for
Pitcher, number 2, Josh Garner. Good defense by the Warriors.
Josh twice helped himself in that inning. And we might see the replay of that. There's nothing better than a pitcher that's able to field his position.
both. For the Bruins in the top of the 4th inning, they scored no runs, had 1 hit, there were no errors, and there was a runner left on. After 3.5 now, the Bruins still out in front 4-0 as the Warriors will come to bat here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Ryan Schwado will lead it off for the Warriors. 0 for 1 in the game as he grounded back to the pitcher, grounded out to the pitcher, I should say. Back in the 1st inning for the 2nd out of the inning. Kecoughtan, or Bethel started off this game like they were just going to absolutely take off and dominate.
They did.
And
Kecoughtan has really held their own.
Kecoughtan has come back and played pretty decent
And it's the
defense, and the pitching staff has kind of evened it out a little bit and settled down.
which
Snickers, Baby Ruth, 100 grand Butterfingers.
Sure.
So here we go in the bottom of the fourth inning. Ryan Suedo.
First baseman number
We have the right guy starting off for the Warriors here.
That just changes all that whole total
It
outlook
does.
on life.
It does. It really does. 1 minute it's cloudy, and then the sun comes out, and the next minute it's cloudy
It is
again,
definitely
and
shining.
the sun has just really come out now, I'll tell you.
Pitches
Ryan
a
looks at
little
that
bit
first
outside.
pitch as a ball, yes. But the Warriors have the right guy leading off this inning. Ryan's hitting 333
Fly ball down the right field line, curving foul.
past
out of
our
play.
truck. But I'm sure Scotty will say that it hit it.
Susan could have stuck her hand out and caught that one, right?
Or it's Susan's fault for not catching the ball. As Scotty says, protect the van.
1-1 is the count.
You can always put ice on your hand.
2-1 is the count now. Suedo leads the team with 3 home runs on the year.
13 RBIs.
Oh, nice
Oh, he
curveball.
was really out in front of that one. Fooled that time
Nice
by-
curveball.
by Pat Ryan.
2-2 is the count.
Pat has really, really thrown that curveball with effectiveness this afternoon against the Warriors. They have really been fooled by that pitch.
That one might be trouble.
That's going to drop in.
Oh,
Oh, just foul. Maybe Scotty has a shot of that. We can see that. We were kind of shielded,
we
by
were
the
shielded by
umpire
the
and the
umpire. I couldn't
players.
tell whether he was fair or not. But, of course, the guys out there with the blue shirts on, he was standing right there. So the call is foul. 2-2 it remains. There, umpire down at first base.
That's Steve Reed.
Pitch is high, ball 3-2. I guarantee you, Steve Reed will be asking us at the end of the game, did you get a replay of that? was it definitely foul?
We'll have to tell Scotty to make sure to send him a DVD of this game.
Oh, nice pitch as Ryan Suedo looked
He
at
was
a
fooled.
perfect pitch down the plate.
Have to give Ryan credit, though. He did try to maybe sell it as a ball. But I don't know how anybody was going to buy that.
That was a perfect pitch.
It was.
It was above the knee when it crossed the plate, and the catcher never moved the glove. It hit the glove. One
Once
out now
again.
here.
Once again, Pat Ryan using that off speed.
Pitch is outside. This is the pitcher, Josh Gardner. By the way, don't forget towards the end of the game now, we have to pick a player of the game for both teams. And I'd be more than happy to let you make those choices.
Is that an initiation? Or can I defer to AG? He's done such a great job with the scoreboard today. I think we ought to give him that.
3-0 is the count to the batter, who is Josh Gardner. One down here in the bottom of the fourth.
Josh has 11 hits this year.
Whoa, Blue, come on now. It's a replay on that.
That one caught the inside corner, according to the umpire.
According to the umpire.
According to the umpire. That one was.
No matter
Swung on
what,
and
that
missed.
was a strike.
So now it's full count. Ryan has come back from a 3-0 count to make it full. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
I am really impressed with Ryan today.
Pitching a great game.
He is. He has fallen behind, and he's battled back.
Right fielder number 13.
Right fielder now,
Chase
Chase.
Womble.
Womble is the batter. I better get that name right with his dad sitting next to me.
Did the ball.
Maybe we should ask him what's the purpose behind number 13.
He had it when he was a JV.
Jay.
Chase grounded out to Mumford at second base back in the second inning. That one almost hits him.
Take one for the team, Terry.
As his dad encourages him to stay in the box.
1-1 is the count. Curveball down the first base line, foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. 2 down in the bottom of the 4th inning. The Bruins still out in front by a score of 4-0. We're here at Kecoughtan High School.
On a sunny and sometimes cloudy afternoon.
Pitches outside. Mike Hauser along with Ross Carney III, as everybody calls him, Ross Carney.
Among other things. But this is a family program.
Pitches in the dirt.
Good eye.
That'll make it count full, 3-2. The disadvantage of today versus any of the other games we've had so far was my cohort that works with me in all the other games is so much skinnier than I am. Now you got a couple of guys, heavy-duty guys sitting up here.
That's right. But this was all planned, though.
You know, last game of the year.
This new press box we've got here at Kecoughtan. I guess we're testing. We're testing the weight capacity. We even had
Scotty in here earlier.
Well, I know,
I mean, you know,
and it held up. So.
Lovell makes it safely to first base as getting a walk. Chase Roughton is the batter. He was a strikeout victim, looking back in the 2nd inning for the 2nd out.
Chase for the year is hitting 206. Outside. It's hard to tell because with Ryan on the mound, you don't know if he's getting tired now, but then he falls behind and he comes right back with off-speed breaking pitches that just
I don't think he's
end
really,
the inning.
I don't think he's really getting tired. He hasn't thrown a whole lot of pitches.
No, he
This
hasn't.
game, with the exception of the 1st inning, the game's actually gone pretty quickly.
It has.
Wind picking up now, starting to blow all our stuff up and out. Pitch is low. 2 balls and a strike. Again, the batter is Chase Roughton. He is the Warriors center fielder. 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Right down the middle. That looks like that might fall for a base hit. No.
Oh,
what
nice
a play out there
Nice play.
by Adams. That's Mike Adams out in right field. Nice play by Adams to rob Roughton of a base hit.
By the Warriors right fielder, Mike Adams.
We might be able to see this on replay. Right on cue, Scotty shows it. It's dropping.
Nice play by
Nice
Adams.
play. Really nice play. Good speed, got a good jump on that ball. Laid out for it.
So for the Warriors in the bottom of the 4th inning, no runs, no hits. There were no errors and 1 left on. We've completed 4 innings of play here. Bethel out in front by a score of 4-0.
Today's game is being televised by WHCS, Channel 46.
That'd be us.
That's us. I guess all the good things we said about AG today is
Saturday, May 12th,
paying off.
Are you the one making all the good?
Well, I didn't want to say I was the only one to say the good things, besides Scotty and everybody else that, the audience can't hear, but maybe he'll say some good things about you.
Well, sooner or later it might happen.
It might.
It'll be after the game's over with and we're not on TV.
That, I was going to say the camera's off and our mics have been turned off. No,
they can't hear you anyhow.
they can't. So
Mike
we got the replay.
Hauser.
The right fielder got a great jump on that.
H-O-U-S-E-R.
There, look at that catch, and both hands. That's something you don't see today. Are kids using 2 hands, and that right there makes it a great play.
Leading off, top of the
So
fifth.
we start the top of the 4th inning now as the Bruins still out in front. 4-0. Looks like it will be Kyle Mumford. Mumford has a base hit, reached second safely in the 3rd with an error.
Yes,
Top of the 5th inning. A line shot down the 3rd baseline, foul out of play.
You have to help me with that one, Mike. I can't see the left field line.
Over the fence, out of play.
Out of play. Over the fence.
That's out of play.
Out of play.
Unless you come on back second.
Hey, come on, you take my place the rest of the game.
That's why you're the professional.
Yeah.
Scotty said
Yeah,
he
right.
knew you were coming, but he wouldn't give us a 3rd microphone. I don't know why. I think we should.
I hear you.
Well,
that just takes care
well,
of
I
you
have
for
to
the
say
rest.
that
Your career
for
is
my
short and
first and
sweet.
my last game,
Oh, Lord.
if the audience could only hear what was just told us, and
You got a ground ball down to third baseline, foul. This time, Coach Wheeler scoops it up. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count to Mumford.
I'm speechless.
Don't feel bad. We hear it all the time.
The thing is, the people at home, when they see this game
They
and hear
have
me
no
say
clue.
and they hear me say speechless, they're going to go, no way, no way.
Oh, nice curveball in the dirt.
That was a good eye by Mumford, though.
He was looking like he wanted that one. 2
Yes,
and
he
2 is
did.
the count.
I don't have it in front of me, but it'd be interesting to see how many stolen bases Kyle has this year in the Peninsula District.
Yeah. Pitch is outside. It fills the count up. 3 balls and 2 strikes. He's got 3 of them in this game.
Well, we know that to be true. 3 for the year at least.
2 of them, I'm sorry. He had 1 in the first inning. He reached by an error. Or
I
he
thought
stole
it was.
one of his stolen bases ended up by an error. This time he reaches safely with a walk.
And every time he's gotten on today, he has seemed to cause Josh a little bit of trouble.
Well, he's 1 for 2 officially, but he's been on all 3 times with a walk and an error and a base hit back in the first inning with no outs. Dan Hudges is the batter.
Got a big
He is
lead
the
over
left
there
fielder.
first.
Yeah, we commented last time he got on as he led off the 3rd inning, reaching base first.
I think Josh noticed it this time, too, how big his lead was.
Well, if you remember correctly, back in the 3rd inning, we sat here and we were taking bets on which pitch he was going to steal
Yeah.
on. He might not wait till about the 5th one this time. There's a ball hit back to the
Could be
shortstop.
two.
Oh, and got a bad bounce.
Oh,
Now that one might go down as an infield hit as the
I know.
ball just bounced up and hit him in the chest and the chin.
and the neck.
That looked like one of those balls that just rolled right up him.
We'll see here on the replay.
I mean, he played it correctly, went over
Good
to it,
play.
went down
Oh,
for
it
it.
just took a big hop.
Number 16,
Hudgens is going to be credited with a base hit on that one.
Shane Hogger.
After the game, they're going to have to go out there and see if there's any rocks that they didn't find before the game.
Yeah, Shane
That one
Hoggard is
just
the
jumped
batter.
up.
He's the DH. He is 1 for 2 on the day. He's singled back in the 3rd inning. Was stranded at 2nd. Pitches outside. Nobody out here in the top of the 5th inning.
Even though this is a good experience for Josh to go through as a sophomore. Innings like this, whether he's starting or coming in for relief. This one's
Fly
hit
ball
it
down
over
deep.
to the box. And Scotty, it missed the truck, so you'll be happy.
Not by much. 1-1 is the count.
But as I was saying, this is a good learning experience for Garner.
Scotty says if it hits the truck, he knows it. We did a game in Hampton last year. He had his van parked behind the first base dugout, and unbeknown to us, actually it was behind the truck, because the truck was over by the dugout.
Why would he park
And
behind
I
first
don't know,
base?
but believe it or not, unbeknown to us when we got back to the truck after the game was over with, one of the windows on I think it was the passenger front door, was shattered, right slam out. Never saw the ball hit it, but it.
So we can't really take Scotty's word that he knows it when he gets hit, right?
Well, the runners were on their way, and Shane Hogger just put the ball down the third base line that if it had been straight would have been out of here. That was a shot. Unfortunately for the Bruin, you get a straight line from home plate to where Coach Wheeler was, and it went over his head. Right straight out of the park.
And we've got a meeting of the minds right now with the first baseman and Josh Garner.
2-2 is the count.
Home plate is open. Hot dogs,
Nobody
drinks,
else.
Snacks.
Runners on first and second
Hot dogs.
here at the top of the 5th.
Somebody say hot dog?
Scotty says he was taking us out to eat. That's what I was told, since this was the last game for the whole crew today. I still haven't heard where we're going.
I didn't hear that at all.
You didn't at all?
He must be not including me. Wasn't supposed to tell me.
tell him. I'm
See, that's an
sorry.
extra $30 when I go.
Oversight. That was an oversight.
It was an oversight.
2-2 count. Pitch is down the middle of fly ball to
here we
center
go.
field. Coming in on the play, nice
Around.
play
Good play.
for the second,
Nice play by the center
first out.
fielder, Chase Routon.
Chase really read that ball. Went
One
back
down.
instead of coming forward.
One down and runners on first and second. He's going to bring
We'll
up
see
Travis
now.
Franklin.
We'll see here on the replay. Let me get a shot up there.
Travis Franklin.
That's a sign of good center fielder that goes back, then comes forward.
Pitch is in there for a strike.
And for those of you at home, what we mean by that is at a young age, kids have the tendency to come in first, and then they realize the ball is hit over their head,
And then it's too late.
and we're off to the races as far as the base runners go. But Chase played that ball very well. Took 2 steps back and then came in and charged the ball.
Did he drop his hands before he stepped off the mound?
That's a very good question, because that was what I was getting ready to say before you beat me to the punch.
And he dropped his hands down and then stepped off. And if that's what he did, it's balk.
Yeah, we need to remember the first inning, bottom of the first.
Yeah, they didn't call one
They
there
didn't call
either,
the balk then either.
1-1 is the count.
Grace Day.
Timeout as the coaching staff for Kecoughtan is going to make a mound trip
Ladies and
to
gentlemen, so we're
talk with
breaking
the
in
coach and
this
the
game is being televised
catcher.
today. WHCS Channel 46, announcers Ross Carney III and Mike Hauser, and will be replayed on May 11th, 12th, 15th, and 18th. at
May
7:30
11th.
p.m.
May 11th. That's today.
Yeah.
That's right. It'll be replayed tonight. So tell everybody if they want to go back and
That's
see
right.
it, it'll be replayed
That's exactly
tonight.
right. I'm
So
sure Coach.
Tell them as soon as they get through with the game, to go running home so
Go
that they can
running
see
home.
the game. Then they won't be watching the game.
That's right.
See if we can find that pitch.
Let's see here.
See, he takes his wind up. Let's see, does he take his wind up? He already.
Yeah.
Now did he drop his hands before he steps off? Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Yes, he did. Good eyes. Eagle Eye Mike here.
That is a balk, folks. He has to stay on the come when he pulls that glove, that hand out of the glove with the ball. He's got to be coming home.
That's exactly right.
If he's going to step off, he has to step off first and then bring the ball out. Pitch is outside. 3-1 is the count.
Fangie,
Still one down.
you have to give it to Mike. He today twice. He's 2-0. He has caught those balks.
I think the first one was real obvious because I think everybody in the whole place was calling for it, except for the guys out in blue. Nice curveball swung and fouled back straight to us. That's going to make the count full, 3-2. Yeah, I believe that old saying that Buddy Denton used to always have. It never rains at Kecoughtan High School. We have a dome over us, and that's exactly what's
That's
happening
exactly
here.
it.
I mean, it's all spun right around us.
I don't know if you'll be able to see it on your television, but it is gray and black all around us except for the baseball field, where the sun is just
Key pitch
creeping
right here,
through.
guys. Key pitch right here. Ground ball to the shortstop. Get the out there.
Got one.
Pitch is low in the
And
dirt,
safe.
and he's safe. So at least they got the out. At second on a fielder's choice. 6-4.
I don't know. Maybe they might be able to show it, but Hager was asking for time before the pitch. You see his hand go back there?
Sanders. Zach Sanders, the batter. 2 down here, runners at the corners. Kyle Mumford over at third base after he advanced on that fielder's choice, and down at first base is Travis Franklin.
That really could have affected Travis's swing on that last
Especially if he
play.
took his hand off
He
the
took
bat
his
and
hand
called
off the
timeout.
bat and was asking for time, and of course the umpire either didn't see it or didn't grant him the time. Good stop there by the catcher.
Pitch was in the dirt.
It was in the dirt, low. Fastball.
1-0 is the count. Sanders grounded out to the shortstop in the first inning. He struck out looking back in the third.
And we got a run down here. Ran at him. Now he's coming home. And
Ball gets
by the catcher. Josh Garner really did a good job running at the base runner between first and second, and then catching the runner coming from third to home. Unfortunately, the throw was in the dirt, and that allows another Bruin run, which at this time makes the score Bethel 5, Kecoughtan nothing. And with that bad throw, the runner advances to second.
That's correct. And they had him dead to right.
They did. They did.
As a matter of fact, Mumford had stopped and was getting ready to take off back to third base until he saw the ball scoop through the. Well, that's it doesn't make any difference. That was a base hit. The only problem is coming home to score all the way from second base is Franklin for the run. So we got an RBI single by Sanders.
Well, the defensive breakdown on that last, the play before, really gave Bethel 2 runs.
Oh, there's no doubt. That was a play.
Here we go back. You'll see this is the hit that got through. But before that, when Josh had the runner between first and second with 2 outs, 2 outs, mind you, and then tried to come back home, put that runner in scoring position.
Here's a line drive right over the shortstop's head.
Routon has trouble with it in center
field. Seemed to have a hard time getting hold of the ball. That's a base hit and an error that allowed both runners to advance.
Chase looks a little shaken up out there, but he's walking it off. I don't know if that's frustration. I think that's more frustration than hurt.
Well, both of these runners are now in scoring position when they should not have only been at. This should take care of him. Let's see. This is the second visit this inning, I believe.
This inning should be over.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Should have been over 2 batters ago. Looks like Coach Green is going to make a change here.
All right, while the truck does a tape change, I'll spit it out right.
You got it.
We'll take a slight break here, and we will be back with you guys shortly while we have a change in the pitchers.
6-0.
All right, now we've come back as the pitching change for Kecoughtan has taken place.
We've got Adam Lively coming in, number 3.
As the pitcher of record now will move to the shortstop spot there to take over at short in place of Lively as they switch over. And
we've been saying Lively, but our information has Lily. Lily. It's Lily.
Adam Lily.
Well, we are just, I have to say that thank God for AG. And I'm sure he's heard that numerous times throughout his Ham City School career.
And if he turns around and looks this way, he can smile and see it. He's on the camera.
I mean, we ought to get him on. All we have to do is get him some headphones.
He'd be good. Here,
That's
you want to take over for a while?
Here. Low profile.
Here, back up.
Okay.
Not no more.
No profile. There goes the incognito, I'm telling you.
You guys did a great job.
Yes, he was.
The kids love it.
AG, you may not like this, but I grew up watching you on WHCS as the sideline reporter for the football games. You remember? I also remember you being. I remember you being on the sideline. On the Phoebus football team. I was thankful enough my senior year to have Coach Bill D.
Well, that's good.
So it's better to have him for 1 year than not to have him at all.
Mike Adams now is the batter for the Bruins.
And
Adam in there for a strike.
And it's Lily, correct?
It's Lily.
Lily.
You were on that first Phoebus team, weren't you?
For Bill D, yes, sir.
So Mike Adams has flown out to center field back in the second and hit into a double play. back in the fourth.
Good call, Blue.
0-2 is the count.
And Adam Lilly has just really come in and thrown BBs these last 2 pitches.
Get in here.
Nice pitch on a 0-2 count. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Still 2 down here in an inning that probably should have been done without them scoring those 2 runs. But
Exactly.
that's why we play the inning.
That's exactly right.
Fly ball down the right field side. Foul.
Lilly is really coming hard to the plate with these last 3-4 pitches that he's had. And just for those of you at home,
That's Zach Sanders.
Josh Garner has gone to shortstop.
1 ball, 2 strike pitch. High. Sanders down at third. Standing at second base is Drew Copley, who had a base hit and advanced to second on the outfield error. There's a
Good
slow curve ball that was fouled off by Adams, and he's hanging in there. Still 2-2.
I'm really impressed with the change of speeds that Adam has really used with this batter in the last 4 or 5 pitches. Wow.
Nice line drive over the second baseman's head. Going to score 2 runs as Adams picks up a single and 2 RBIs.
Adam just left that pitch out over the plate, and well hit ball to right center. We might be able to see that on replay.
Now 8-0 in favor of the Bruins.
Here we go. That was a solid hit right there. Went opposite field. Brought in 2 runs.
J.J. Jeffries now the batter. Struck out back in the second inning, had a base hit, and was stranded at second base back in the fourth. He's 1 for 2 on the game. Adams down at first base, a nice lead. And a nice curveball way outside, and Jeffries decided to try to get that one, but he was about a foot short, huh?
1.5 feet.
Yeah, okay. 0-1 is the count.
Lilly this season has appeared in 19 innings on the mound.
Oh, they got him if the throws there. Nice play by Schwedo to keep that ball from going in the outfield.
It was a good defensive play just to keep it in the
Nice play
infield.
by first baseman Ryan Swato.
1-1 is the count.
Lilly has given up 23 hits, 14 runs, 12 earned, 9 base on balls, 6 strikeouts. He has 1 win on the season with no losses, 1 save, 4.42 ERA. And the opposing teams are only hitting .307 against him.
Short fly ball to second baseman. Pops it up.
That should end the inning. This inning should have been over about 20 minutes ago, unfortunately, but
So the Bruins bat 8 players in the inning, come up with 4 runs on 4 hits. A couple of errors in the
and
inning.
we'll see this again. Good pitch there by Lilly. Right to the second baseman to end the inning.
So for Bethel in the bottom or the top of the 5th inning, 4 runs on 4 hits. There were 2 errors and 1 left. So after 4.5, the Bruins extend their lead now to an 8-0 count. Bottom of the 5th inning coming up now for Kecoughtan. Their leadoff batter will be Adam Lilly, the young man that just came in to pitch to close out the inning for the Warriors. Looks like we might have a change defensively here for Bethel as coach's staff is out there discussing some changes with the plate umpire.
There might be quite a few changes. He's writing quite a bit there on the scorecard.
Nice view of the Kecoughtan side, or I'm sorry, the Bethel side. as we're located in that little green building that you see there. Nice little facility that Kecoughtan had built here 2 years ago.
Very impressed with it. Very impressed.
I believe one of maybe 3 schools in the district, or maybe 4 schools in the district, that actually have a facility like this to be able to put the announcers and the scoreboard operators and all in.
Is that why you like it?
5 changes. They okay?
Well, there's 5 changes, but get those changes, we'll have to try to find them. I believe, is that the same pitcher, correct?
Number 10 looks to be, yes. Pat Ryan is still going here in the bottom of the 5th.
We have a new catcher. That's Jesse Wyatt that's behind the plate.
Leading off for the Warriors, bottom of the 5th. Pitcher number 3, Adam Lilly.
So Lilly will lead off the bottom of the 5th inning for the Warriors, trailing 8-0 here. First pitch, high and outside.
Adams, a sophomore with a 3.4 GPA.
One and one is the count. Just a little bit low on that one. 2-1.
Pat Ryan seems to have a little bit of control problems here in the bottom of the 5th.
Foul ball out of play here to the right. We also have a new player out at second base now. It looks like Mumford has come out of the lineup, but I don't see a number.
I can't see that number either.
The ground ball right back to the pitcher. Almost threw that one away. One down. That's going to bring up Thomas Freeman, left fielder.
Next batter for the Warriors, left fielder number 4.
In the replay, you can see he just reached for it. Exactly right.
That's Jamie Scott now. It's in at second base for the Bruins. And I hope he's actually gone in that batting order. But we won't know that till they actually come up, because we weren't able to pick up the change. It's a line drive to
Freeman really got on that ball.
Nice job by Adams out there to cut it off, to hold Freeman to a single, but that's a base hit.
You know what his fellow teammates call him?
Freeman?
Free bird.
Free bird?
Free bird.
Next batter for the Warriors, third baseman number 18.
Number 18, Devin
Lassiter.
Lassiter. That's a nice shot.
That was a nice shot. Kept his head down, drove through the ball, took it to right center.
Third baseman Lassiter, number 18 is the batter. Freeman down at first base, one down here in the bottom of the 5th. Nice pitch on the outside corner, swing and a miss. Lassiter has only batted once in the game, back in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and he popped out to Mumford at second base.
Fouled it off there. He's really staying down on the ball.
0-2 is the count. Robbie Johnson, the second baseman for Kecoughtan, is on deck. Come up next, unless the Bruins were able to turn a double play here.
Good eye there by Devin.
Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Devin leads one stranded on first.
Johnson now the batter. leadoff batter.
Warriors, number 9.
Single back in the first inning, was
Johnson.
forced out at second base on a fielder's choice, and then in the third inning, he grounded out to Mumford over at second. 1 for 2 on the game for Johnson.
Robbie's a senior, also on the honor roll. And he plans to be attending, should say he will be attending Virginia Wesleyan College. Foul ball, went right off his knee.
Take your time, Robbie.
That one's smarts, folks.
As Dr. A.G. goes ahead and gives him the diagnosis.
Here's a replay of it.
Take your time, bud.
All of you that play baseball, you know what I'm talking
it went
about.
right off
the inside
right
of that
inside.
foot.
The instep. That's a smart place to have it hit, I'll tell you.
Well, this is their 17th, 18th game of the season. I'm sure that foot's a little numb by now.
0-1 is the count. Pitch is high outside. Curveball. 1-1 is the count. So far, the only base hit for the Warriors is by Robbie Johnson back in the first inning. The wild pitch will advance Freeman down to second base, so there's a runner in scoring position. Other than the base hit that Freeman had in this inning.
Right.
Johnson's had the only hit for the game. I mean, Pat Ryan for the Bruins has pitched a great game so far. He's on a two-hit shutout at this point.
For a sophomore.
Pitch is high. Looking more and more like a player of the game candidate.
Oh, that's right. That's my initiation. I thought I had passed that. I got past the buck to AG, but I guess it's come back around.
So Johnson reaches with a base on balls. That puts runners at first and second. Travis Cake now will come to the plate.
But Mike, you think you could have put the voodoo on him now? Once you brought it up, now I got runners in first and second for Kecoughtan.
Well, I guarantee you all the Kecoughtan fans are saying, yay! The catcher for the Warriors, Travis Cake, done a good job.
Warriors.
The normal starter behind the plate for the Warriors is Ryan Suedo, but he's slightly injured, so the last few games he's been playing first base. He's done a good job.
He's played a very good game today.
There's a fly ball down out of play.
Travis is junior with a 3.2 GPA. Colleges that are interesting to him as he starts to make that decision next year where he'd like to attend are UVA and ODU. And as Mike had just mentioned, Travis plays first base or catcher, and he has catching duties today.
Fouled back. One ball, two strikes, two down here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Well, I guarantee you Ryan Suedo's licking his chops over there right now. He's wanting this runner to get on base so that he has a chance.
Swung around.
Unfortunately,
Struck him out
on an excellent curveball. That's going to end the inning for Kecoughtan.
That has been Pat Ryan's special pitch today. That off-speed breaking ball has really, really gotten him out of trouble today. And we'll see it again.
After 5 complete, the Bethel Bruins are out in front of Kecoughtan by a score of 8-0. For Kecoughtan in the bottom of the fifth inning, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and there was 2 left on. Pat Ryan for the Bruins has thrown a 2-hit shutout, folks, after 5. As we get ready to start the bottom of the 6th inning, leading off for the Bethel Bruins will be the leadoff batter, Kazuku Scott. He is their shortstop, number 1. Last inning, the Bruins plated 4 runs, batted 8 in the inning. The only batter in the lineup that didn't bat is the gentleman come up to bat now.
Zuku Scott. One defensive changes there for the Warriors.
We'll have to pick those up when they come in.
Greg Hahn and right. Apes in center.
A lot of changes. They've written a new novel.
Yeah, I got him. We see him. You're doing a good job, Luke. Huh? Oh, yeah, you're doing a good job.
Not only has AG been able to give good medical advice, he has really inspired both teams today, but he has really kept the morale up of the home plate umpire.
He's doing a heck of a job with us, too.
Joe Warderton should give his paycheck today to A.G. Womble. I'm going on record as saying that right now.
Number 1, shortstop, Zuku Scott.
All right, Kazuku Scott now batting for the Warriors, the Bruins. Right down the middle of the plate. 0-1 to count. Top of the 6th inning here at Kecoughtan High School. 11th day of May, 2007. Overcast day for the most part. Pitch is high.
Well, how do you know that? I thought we have a dome.
Well, it's got a clear top.
Is that
because
what?
I can
Okay.
see the clouds.
All right.
Well, all I know is when the game was starting, it was raining over at Warwick High School.
I know that on my way to the game, it went from blue to gray to black, and I was really, really concerned that this game wasn't going to get played.
And what I'm telling you,
It doesn't rain on Kecoughtan Field.
Buddy Denton built a dome over this
That's
place.
exactly right.
Change up is a fly ball
This
to
one
deep
could
center
give-
field. Out of stretched out arms, and Kazuku will get a stand-up double.
You got to give a lot of credit to Roughton there for getting to that ball and at least keeping him to a double. Justin Apes is in at center field. Ames, excuse me.
Now batting,
We'll see the replay here.
15.
That was right down the middle. Really got a hold of that one. I think the wind blowing in might have kept that in, Mike. What do you think?
Could have been. That's Justin Hayes. Is now in center field for Kecoughtan. This is Jamie Scott, the new batter for Bethel.
Jamie's a freshman.
Can you see the number on the back? Is it 15?
15.
Yes.
15.
Tim, that's Jamie Scott.
He is the younger brother of Kazuki Scott.
And a fly ball to left field for a base hit. Kazuki Scott all the
throw
way
it
in to
away.
score. Ball's thrown all the way into right field over to third base safely is Jamie Scott.
I think that's going to be scored a double and an error on the throw. Kecoughtan on that series right there really lost their sense of where where Scott was at the time. And you'll see here, ball gets thrown away and alertly. Number 15 gets to third base.
Dan Hudgens, left fielder for the Bruins.
And Jamie is the younger brother of Kazuki Scott.
Well, this is a new hitter, number 9.
That'd be Jared Jeffries, sophomore. He's J.J. Jeffries' younger brother. And Coach Wheeler was telling me before the game that he's also a solid defensive player. I think Coach Wheeler would trade that in right now for a base hit and get the runner in from third.
Yep. Need to put another run up on the scoreboard because it is 9 now. Fly ball to midway in left field, and it looks like he's going to tag up. No, he's not coming. Nice play. So Jamie Scott stands at third base and does not attempt to try to tag up and score, as Jared Jeffries flies out to left field.
For the Bruins, number 10.
You see on the replay, left fielder got up under it.
Another new batter coming up now.
And got it back in.
Actually, it's Pat Ryan.
Yes, it is.
Pat Ryan is now batting for himself. They've taken the DH out of the lineup. So there won't be any more DHing in the game, in the remainder of the game.
And Kecoughtan's moved the infield in.
1 out.
They're going to try to hold the runner at third. Good pitch there by Lilly.
The 10-run rule will go into effect at this point if Jamie Scott down at third was to happen to score. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Lilly has thrown 2 very good fastballs. Trying to recover after a disastrous start of this inning.
Pat Ryan can help himself drastically by knocking a run in here. Pitch is high.
Base hit here could really help his most valuable player status. And as soon as I say that, he strikes out.
Out number 2 here in the top of the 6th inning. That's going to bring up first baseman, number 8, Travis Franklin.
Now batting for Bruins, number 8, Travis Franklin.
Travis, a senior, hitting .350 this year, does lead the team with 3 home runs.
1 for 3 on the night. Low and outside, ball 1. He singled back in the first inning with an RBI and was stranded at third. He was out by an unassisted play by the first baseman into third, knocked into a fielder's choice. That's a short fly ball that's more than likely going to drop, and it does.
It does, and there's the 10th run of the inning.
So Franklin has a base hit and RBI. As coming in to score is Jamie Scott.
And we'll see on the replay here. Good stride. Kept his head down, really drove the bat right through the ball.
Third baseman Zach Sanders is the batter for the Bruins. You know, congratulate Coach Green, as this he's in his 27th year of coaching baseball here in the area, and I believe 10 of them here as the varsity coach at Kecoughtan.
I can remember Coach Green when during the physical fitness test at Eaton Middle School back in the 80s. Was running behind me, blowing a whistle, telling me, go, go, go. So
he coached the JV team here, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
While when Coach Denton was here.
Yes, he did.
There's a change up in, popped up to the first base side. Suedo camping underneath of it for the third out.
Good play there. And from what I also recall back then, that Eaton, the last year of junior high athletics, he helped Coach McFadden coach the Eaton Eagles baseball team. So I know that he's been around a long time and involved in baseball.
Well, let's see. If the Kecoughtan Warriors are unable to pick up a run here in the bottom of the 6th inning, the 10-run rule will go into effect. After 4.5 innings, if either team has a 10-run rule, the game is called for the slaughter rule to kind of end the misery, so to speak, in most cases. Right now, we're in the bottom of the 6th inning, and the Bruins are out in front by a score of 10-0. So the Warriors need to score a run here to keep this game going. Like we got a new pitcher out on the mound too for the Bruins.
We have number 6, Jamal Parker. He's a freshman, left-handed pitcher, good young lefty. He's also the fastest guy on the team, according to Coach Wheeler. So it looks like Pat Ryan is done for the day.
Well, I tell you what, folks, in all reality, that Ryan did an excellent job.
He did.
He pitched a 2-hit shutout through 5 innings.
I can only remember one inning where he maybe was in any kind of trouble with runners on first and second, but with 2 outs and pitched his way out of it. He has done an excellent
turned
job.
a couple of double plays.
Correct.
Did a very good job holding what few runners the Warriors had on base in check. I think it's at this point in time it's pretty obvious who the player of the game would be for Bethel. We still have to try to do something about Kecoughtan and figure out who. And I'll tell you what, the Kecoughtan's pitcher, Josh Gardner did a good job. I mean, there was a couple of times where the fielders didn't help him out in there. A few errors in the game, but
overall, he pitched a very good game.
I mean, Kecoughtan has 4 or 5 errors in the game, and that's.
There's Susan giving us a hey, how are you?
Wave, Susan.
Come on, Susan.
There she is.
There we go.
If we can get a shot over Braxton, we'll get him to smile
The Warriors.
and wave.
First baseman number 6.
So leading off the bottom of the 6th inning for the Kecoughtan Warriors is first baseman number 6, Ryan Schwado.
Since I'm the new guy on the crew, I have a question. Does the person on top of the truck who's running the camera, okay, the big truck.
The big truck.
The big truck.
That's the truck that Scotty's in.
That houses the
Scotty.
The great one.
Okay.
Does that person also get paid to protect the truck?
I don't know, but she ought to get battle pay.
There's another one right there. That's why I'm asking. I'm trying to help her out here on the pay scale.
She's in the war zone over there.
She's definitely in the war zone.
And so is the gentleman, Gene Wheeler, over at third base. On the third base line. He's a similar situation.
Gene hadn't seen too much action today.
No. Ten to nothing here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Bethel out in front, trying to end this game now.
Jamie Scott has replaced Pat Ryan, who pitched a whale of a ball game for the Bruins of Bethel.
3-1 now is the count to Schwado. John Green down at third base. Come on, boys, let's get something going here.
I may have said Jamie Scott, but this is Jamal Parker, freshman left-handed pitcher.
Yep.
I'm sure Coach Wheeler is excited that hopefully he'll have Jamal for the next 3 years and can really develop that lefty style.
Getting a left-handed pitcher that can throw the ball is something that is a luxury in high school.
Yes, it is.
As Schwado gets his first hit of the game. Hit one between the hole and first and second base.
Mike, can you remember any of the good left-handed pitchers to come out of the Peninsula District, or especially from the Hampton City School area?
What was the big guy from Phoebus?
There was Doug Davis.
There was a couple of them way back from Hampton too, and
AG might be able to remember some of those. Left-handed pitchers out of the Hampton City School area past 20, 25 years. They're such a luxury to have. We were just trying to
Not many.
No, there hadn't been many.
Wade a couple years ago, and Eddie Vaness for Kecoughtan like 2 years ago.
Yes, Vaness.
Pitch is high.
It's unfortunate because you're really able to remember the righties. It's the lefties that give you a hard time.
Well, there's so few.
And they haven't been that many.
1-1 is the count. So this is a young man here that could really develop into a great one. Pitch is low. Good pitch right there. 2-1 is the count. Schwedo down at first base. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Bethel out in front again, 10-0. Kecoughtan needs to get a run here to keep the game going, otherwise it'll be over with after 3 outs. Ball was fouled straight back, and I jumped a little bit on that one.
I thought it's because AG nudged you.
No, I tell you, I don't care whether the fence in front of you or not. You know
That's
that
exactly
fence in
right.
front of you. And that thing comes back, you're still going to
Your
jump on it.
reaction, that's exactly right. You're going to move. I can remember AG diving over football players on the sideline when he did the sideline coverage at Darlin Stadium.
Pop up over here out of play, foul ball.
I even think
Coach Green yelled at you and Coach D yelled at you. Was it kind of like the same yelling?
you know, I was fortunate enough to not only have Coach D as a coach, but Kurt Newsom was the offensive line coach. And those are two totally different yells, I can tell you. That two.
Of course, now Kurt Newsom is now the offensive line coach at Virginia Tech.
And was also
Pitches high, ball 4.
if I'm not mistaken, he was on the coaching staff for the National Championship Division 1A James Madison Dukes.
1AA,
Yeah.
right?
Right fielder number
He was
5, Greg.
he coached after he left Kecoughtan. He went over and coached 1 year at Heritage and
Correct.
was successful, and then was offered the job at JMU as an assistant coach, and took that. Was there for a few years, and now he has moved up a little bit higher and gotten into the ACC as a coach and making a name for himself as an offensive coach there at Virginia Tech.
We knew at Phoebus when he was there coaching us at the offensive line and defensive line that within time he was really going to develop and become one of the
This is a new batter, number 5.
yes it is, that he was going to develop into a good, very good, if not great coach and go places. And I have to say that the entire peninsula is very proud to call him one of their own. Goes back, hits the base runner, but he's
Ball
safe.
hits Schwedo.
Times call Schwedo's to shaking up a little bit. He's on his hands and knees. I don't know if we get a replay of that.
Who
Did that
was this
catch him?
batting?
Did that catch him in the rib cage? And we see the throw here. And the truck's doing a great job slowing it down. Caught him. Might have caught him in the lower back or the bottom part of his rib cage.
This, by the way, folks, is pinch hitter Greg Hahn, number 5 for the Warriors.
Mike, weren't you saying earlier that Schwedo was battling some injuries?
Yes,
That's why he was
that's
over
not going to
first.
help him any there either. Swing and a miss, strike 3. First out of the inning for the Warriors. That's going to bring up Justin.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 1, center fielder, Justin Hafes.
Justin Hafes. Hafes. Certainly isn't spelt that way with an O in it. But Hafes is the way we have it being pronounced in here.
Justin has appeared in 78 innings this 07 season. He's hitting .211, on-base percentage of .348. He's got 2 runners on base right now, 1 in scoring position. See if he can't do something with this.
Fouled back here. 0-1 is the count. 1 down here. We are in the bottom of the 6th inning. Bethel out in front, 10-0. So what do you think, players of the games?
I'm going to have to go with Pat Ryan right now with Bethel. Kecoughtan, jury's still out.
Oh, pretty pitch.
That was a very good-looking off-speed pitch. If Hayes can come through here, we'd have to really look at him. Maybe he drives in 2 runs.
The ground ball to the third base. I hate to tell you this.
But he tagged him
He
with the
tagged
glove
him with
without
the
the
glove,
ball.
and the ball was in his hand, folks.
maybe Scotty and the guys in the truck can get a replay of that, but
Watch the replay, folks. I guarantee you he made the tag with the ball in his hand.
watch the ball will be in his right hand as he tags him with the glove. Ball's in his hand.
In his right hand, folks.
That's it.
Oh, well. We're done here at Kecoughtan. The final score was the Bethel Bruins 10 and the Kecoughtan Warriors 0. Players of the game for the Bethel Bruins, Pat Ryan, a 2-hit shutout for the Bethel Bruins. And for Kecoughtan, I don't see why we don't use him. I mean, as well as he played.
I'd have to say Josh Gardner.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll give Josh Gardner the player of the game for the Kecoughtan Warriors. Had a great game. He pitched in and out of some trouble. Turned a double play here, double play there, and kept himself out of some serious trouble a couple innings. But the defense, let him down. 5 errors in the game. It's hard to win a game when you have 5 errors. So here's the game-ending play.
Tagged him with no ball and with his glove.
With the glove.
And then over to first. That was a good throw, though.
So, for Ross Carney, Mike Hauser here, and the rest of the crew at WHCS Channel 46. Final score, the Bruins of Bethel 10 and the Kecoughtan Warriors nothing. Until next, I guess, it's football season.
Football season.
In the early fall. We
Braves, Warriors, Bruins.
Whole lot of football, folks.
Whole lot of them. We got a defending Division 5.
All right, folks, take care. We will see you when football gets around.